WBC President Mauricio Sulaiman has come out and said that Conor Benn deserves a title shot for the WBC Championship at 147 against Mario Barrios. Deserves? There's only one person in the WBC top 5 rankings that deserves a title shot, and it's not Conor Benn. I promise you that.
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know I'm lying.
Yo, what's good, Boxing Talk family? It's your boy, Dr. PGNG, and praise God to get money back for another YouTube video. Banger, man. Yes, sir. Yes, man. I don't know what time it is. The doctor's in the house, man. So check this out. WBC President Mauricio Sulaiman has come out and said that Conor Benn deserves a title shot against Mario Barrios for the WBC belt at 147. And yes, that's crazy, right? Because it's Conor Benn who just recently became available to even be eligible to even be considered for a potential title fight, you know, because he was just unsuspended from his, you know, PED use and allegations that they said it's done with. And I'm cool with that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm cool with Conor Benn getting a title shot. I could think of some other more well-deserving people for that. But if you want to say, hey man, Mario Barrios, who just came off of a draw with Abel Ramos, if you want to say, if you're Bob Santos, who's his trainer, say, hey man, he deserves a fight to make a lot of money, you know, a lucrative fight in his next fight, I'm cool with that, you know. Even if you want to say Mario Barrios prefers to fight Conor Benn or prefers to fight Manny Pacquiao, you know, shout out to Manny Pacquiao. He just recently was inducted to the International Hall of Fame for boxing in 2025, you know what I'm saying? So he was a part of that class, so shout out to him. You know, if you want to fight those guys, that's cool, you know. And if Mauricio Sulaiman says that, hey, you know, Mario Barrios deserves to pick who he wants to fight at this point of his career, I'm cool with that, you know what I'm saying? Say that you would rather Conor Benn fight Mario Barrios because, you know, you're gonna make a lot of money, because that's what it is, right? You know what I'm saying? And it'll be a big show for the fans. Yes, it's probably a more popular pick, no doubt, but he doesn't deserve it, you know what I'm saying? So let's look at Conor Benn, man. Conor Benn I'm sorry, I'm laughing, but Conor Benn is ranked number 2 in the WBC rankings. How the heck did that happen? I have no clue. And we could talk about the other rankings as well, as far as the WBO, IBF, and WBA, but we go stick with WBC, man, because this is what the President Sulaiman, you know, that's what he spoke on. So let's look at the number 2 ranked Conor Benn, man, which is crazy. He has fought literally 3 times since April of 2022. His last fight, which was a good win, you know, he fought the formidable Peter Dobson, and he was an undefeated fighter, you know, the American, and Conor Benn took him out, and, you know, it was a good fight. So I got to give him credit for that. But still, he fought 3 times since 2022. We're in 2024. He fought 3 times since April 2022. There's no way that that work rate means that you are in any way, shape, or form deserving of a title shot. You know, that's just not indicative of that. Now let's go on to number 1, you know, the number 1 ranked fighter in the WBC. The number 1 ranked fighter is Sulaiman Sissoko, you know, hopefully I'm pronouncing his name right, Sulaiman Sissoko, right? You know, the Senegal born Frenchman, right? He has fought a total of 3 times since March 2022, and he's ranked number 1. So when people get a little, you know, suspicious when it comes to the rankings, these sanctioned bodies, you know, they bring it on themselves, because this looks very crazy, man. So let's keep it going. But before we move on, I want to also let you know that Sissoko hasn't fought this whole year. He hasn't fought in 2024. Last time he fought was in 2023, but he's ranked number 1.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Now let's move on to the man that's ranked number 3, right? That'll be Kavaliauskas, the Lithuanian, right? It only gets better. He's ranked number 3, and he's only fought twice since 2022. And just like Sissoko, the number 1 ranked guy, he also hasn't fought at all in 2024. Last time we saw him was in 2023. Yet he is ranked number 3, ahead of our next guy, the only guy that's deserving of a title shot in 2024 against Mario Barrios, the WBC champion. That would be Jin Sasaki. Jin Sasaki is the only one in the top 5 that is deserving. You know, we're going to actually use these words correctly and what it means by the actual definition. He's the only one that's deserving of a title shot in the WBC rankings for Mario Barrios. You know, let's look at his, you know, his profile. Since April 2022, he has fought a total of 8 times. 8 times, more than double than any of the other guys that we talked about so far, right? Not only that, he picked up an Asian Pacific welterweight championship, to which he will be defending for a 5th time on the up-and-coming card of Naoya Inoue and Sam Goodman. He'll be fighting on that undercard. Which is crazy, right? This will be his 5th defense of his title, of his regional title, right? His regional belt. So if anybody is deserving, I think it will be Jin Sasaki. That's the only guy in the top 5 that's deserving. Now, if you want to give it to somebody else, that's fine. Just say, hey, man, you know, we want to get Conor Benn fresh off suspension into a title fight, you know, because I think it would be good for boxing, big for the English fan base or whatever, big for the American fan base, whatever you want to say, however you want to kick it. But don't say deserving, because Jin Sasaki is the only guy that deserves it. Last time we saw him, he fought Camille Bala, the Australian, and he did his thing. You know, he stopped him. It was a good fight up until it ended early, you know, and it wasn't a good fight anymore. So it was a good fight up until the point that it stopped, and Jin Sasaki did his thing, man. So if anybody is deserving of a title shot at Mario Barrios in the WBC rankings, it would be Jin Sasaki, you know. Now let's look at the top 5 guy. To go ahead and close my argument, it will be Raul Curio. But before we move on to Raul Curio, I want to also say, to strengthen Jin Sasaki's claim for a title shot, he has fought twice in 2024. He has fought twice in 2024 already, and he's going to fight for a 3rd time, like I said, on the Naoya Inoue undercard, good Lord willing, on Christmas Eve, December 24th, you know what I'm saying, of this year. So this year alone, he has fought more times than everybody I said, essentially, since 2022. So come on now, let's go to Raul Curio now, you know. He's an undefeated fighter. He has 15 wins, 13 by way of knockout, but he hasn't really fought anybody. So him getting a title shot, you know, the Mexican fighter, Raul Curio, him getting a title shot at Mario Barrios, it would be a little premature. But, you know, even he's more deserving than the 1, 2, and 3 guy, you know, in the rankings. So this is what I want to say, man. If you want to give Conor Benn the opportunity to fight for a title, that's cool. But what you should be careful with your verbiage. You're very selective, because deserving he is not. He might be another opportunity to strengthen the sport, if you want to say that, or if you want to give him an opportunity because he's popular, or whatever you want to say, it's a high profile fight. That's true, you know, and you want to give him that chance to fight in a big fight. You know, he might be in line to fight for that because he's been gone for so long. So you want to, you know, debut him on his return in a big high profile fight. But to say that he deserves it, no sir. There's only one guy in the top 5 of WBC rankings that deserves a title shot by the rankings, and that would be Jin Sasaki. Unless you want Mario Barrios to go for a unification against Stanionis, Brian Norman Jr., or Boots, and we know that we don't want to do that. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that in the comments, man. I think Mauricio Sulaiman, man, the WBC president, I like him, but this was a flagrant foul, man. He was tripping on this one. He thought he was just gonna go ahead and slide that by us like we weren't gonna notice. No, bro, he doesn't deserve a title shot. No disrespect to Conor Benn, but deserving you are not. You know, but that's just it. It is what it is, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it, man. One time for Jin Sasaki, let that man get his title shot, assuming that he wins, you know, in his upcoming fight in December, this month on the 24th on the Naoya Inoue Sam Goodman undercard, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with me as always, man. Y'all know what time it is. Don't forget to hit that like button. But most importantly, remember, with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.